I decided to grow my hair about a year and a half ago. I remember the day quite clearly, actually. I was working at a pool and I was speaking to my boss about always wanting to donate my hair. And she said, oh, it's easy. You just, I had my hair treated and it was horrible, and I just got it cut, walked in, braided it, and I handed it right to the Canadian Cancer Society. And I remember saying, seriously? That's it? I mean, I've always had the impression that it was a lot, there were so many barriers that you had to jump over just to donate your hair. It had to be a certain way, it had to be untreated, it had to be this, had to be that, you had to do so many things with it, get an interview. I guess I kind of developed this huge misconception that it's really complicated to get your hair donated. But in reality, it's not. It's just that simple. So I looked into it, and I went to the Canadian Cancer Society on their webpage, and all it takes is for you to just want to do it, I think everyone in their life should experience something that tests their willpower, their endurance, and their patience. For me, growing my hair has been a symbol for this. It has been a symbol of understanding my own personal limits, understanding that I can overcome those limits, and understanding the power of motivation and support from my friends and family. I realize that it's not a huge feat, but on such a small scale, it teaches me big things. It teaches me great things. I've never really had long hair. I mean, the minute it drove me nuts, I would always cut it off. I've always had that luxury. And I mean, I still do have that luxury. But it is my choice to see this through and to see if I can keep doing this, keep growing it, even though it's driving me nuts. It makes me angry sometimes. It frustrates me, and yeah, it makes me sad sometimes that I want to give up. Like, there's so many emotions that come with growing my hair. And once again, I want to say that to some people it seems like, oh, such a small thing. But if you step back and look at it from a very wide, symbolic point of view, it's a huge test of, I don't know, who you are as a person. I think everybody should experience that, and for me it was growing my hair. I believe that a positive attitude towards life and towards yourself directly affects your health. And for those people who have to suffer without the simple things that people have, I mean, the people who have acne problems, that it's not their fault, they can't help it, but they know the world is looking at them, they feel like the world is judging them, and that in turn affects how they feel about themselves. And that affects, I think in the end it affects your health too, because if you don't feel happy with the way you look, I mean, you don't want to eat as healthy, you don't want to exercise, you just want to stay in and stay to yourself, because why would you want to go out and face these people that are already looking at you? And that's with so many things. I mean, we've all been there. We've all had that time where we've felt ugly physically, and internally we've also felt weak, unhealthy. And I believe that giving people the opportunity, with anything, giving them the opportunity to be beautiful and to have the opportunity to look the way they want to look, can positively affect the way they are as a person, the way they are in terms of health. I mean, if you think about it this way, if you're unhappy as a single unit, all the little units within you, your antibodies, your white blood cells, all these little things that are supposed to fight all the bad things, they're going to be unhappy too. So I mean, being able to donate my hair to somebody who doesn't have hair anymore, or who doesn't have the opportunity to be able to afford something that everybody else has the luxury of being able to grow on their own. I mean, being able to donate and give this to somebody, I think it'll affect their health if they can believe that they're beautiful, if they have a positive attitude, if they can feel like they are physically well, if they look well, if they feel well, and if they believe in it. I know that inside that their body will believe it too, to the smallest degree. Once I decided I wanted to have my hair donated, it dawned on me that I'm never ever gonna get my hair cut again just for kicks. I'm never ever gonna do that again. Why would I waste such a valuable resource to just be swept away into a pan and disposed of? The day that I realized that my hair could be so easily made into a wig that could be used for someone who is in need of it, not just to sell it for cosmetic reasons, right? The minute I realized that I could do this for a good cause, I thought for the rest of my life, I'm gonna donate every piece of hair that I have. I don't believe you can equate the process of growing my hair and the process of someone who's enduring a terminal illness. I don't think you can equate that. But I do believe that you can compare it on a smaller scale. If you can understand on a small scale how hard it is to endure something like growing your hair, how hard it is and how painful it can be sometimes and how frustrating it can be, then perhaps you can have a better understanding of what it might be like 10,000 times worse to have to endure something that plagues you every day, that is with you all the time, and that is slowly growing and tormenting you with everything that you do and every day. If you can understand that on a small scale and understand how frustrated it makes you and how angry it can make you, then maybe you can better empathize with something so much worse. And I mean, if I can learn that lesson for myself, I feel like I've achieved so much more. But even more so if I can pass that lesson off to others. I believe everybody should experience this. Maybe not necessarily growing your hair long, because for me, that's what it took. You know, I mean, we all understand it's not easy to be sick. It's not easy to be different. But not all of us have the courage or the time even to just put yourself at test and see what exactly you can endure as a person. And I believe everybody should do that. For me, it was growing my hair, because it's something I've never done. It was something that I knew would be difficult, and it was something that I wanted to do, and I want to do it for the rest of my life.